The tape was still warm when I slipped it into my pocket. Her voice lived there now, thin, careless, laughing. Old fool won't know. I stood in the hallway outside the ballroom, listening to champagne fizz and a string quartet pretend happiness was earned. The door handle was cool, my pulse was not. I checked the time, 2 minutes before the toast. Perfect. My phone buzzed. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." My daughter-in-law had always been loud with her contempt. It made people mistake it for courage. I typed one word and pressed send. Enjoy. I pushed the door open. Light spilled over silk dresses and smiles practiced in mirrors. She was there, my son's wife, holding court, wearing the necklace I'd paid for, laughing with a man who didn't belong to her life, the man she thought I couldn't see. I walked to the DJ table. The technician looked up. I didn't explain. I never do. The first sound that cut the room was her own voice, clear, unforgiving. "Forge his name. He won't notice. He's old." The room froze. Then the doors locked. Betrayal rarely announces itself. It leaks. Mine began with a missing checkbook and a bank clerk who wouldn't meet my eyes, with signatures that bent where mine never did, with small withdrawals that grew bold, with excuses that grew lazy. I told myself it was confusion, age, a clerical error. I told myself family doesn't steal. Then I saw her phone light up at night. I saw the way she angled it away from my son. I saw the man's name saved as a florist. I heard laughter behind doors that closed when I approached. Shock is loud at first, then it goes quiet. In that quiet, you learn. I learned she called me the account. I learned she needed my money to impress him. I learned she thought I was already gone. The deepest betrayal wasn't the money, it was the certainty in her voice when she said I wouldn't know. I didn't confront, I observed. I replaced the checkbook and let it vanish again. I let the numbers stack. I watched the pattern form. I copied phone records, downloaded backups, counted the lies. I bought a recorder small enough to hide inside a gift box. I attended her parties. I listened. She bragged when she drank. She laughed when she lied. She planned futures that didn't include me. My son never noticed. He never wanted to. Love makes cowards of good men. I stayed polite. I smiled. I paid. Inside, I built a ledger. Every word, every signature, every transfer. When the bank confirmed the forgery, I didn't feel relief. I felt alignment. I called an old friend who owed me clarity. He worked for the kind of people who don't knock. We timed it for her birthday. She loved spectacle. The tape finished. Silence swelled like a bruise. She turned pale. The man beside her stepped back as if guilt were contagious. My son stared at me, searching my face for permission to believe what he'd heard. I gave him none. I handed her a folder, bank statements, signatures, dates. She flipped pages too fast. Hope does that. "You set me up," she whispered. I tilted my head. "No," I said. "You revealed yourself." Her mouth opened, closed. She looked around for rescue. There was none. The doors clicked again, heavy this time. Men in dark jackets entered with practiced calm. They didn't rush. They didn't raise their voices. They simply occupied the room until it belonged to them. An agent read her name, her charges, forgery, fraud, conspiracy. She screamed then, not for innocence, for me. I watched as silver cuffs kissed her wrists, as mascara ran, as the room learned the cost of underestimating silence. My phone vibrated, again and again, 71 times by the time they led her out. I didn't answer. Later I posted photos, snowlight on stone, glass walls opening to mountains. My villa in Switzerland, the place I bought with money she thought was hers. The calls turned desperate. I poured a drink and let them ring. Thanksgiving came and went. No one asked me to wash dishes. I sat alone in a clean house and listened to nothing. That's when you know you've won, not when they beg, but when their absence stops echoing. Family is a word people use to excuse theft. Age is a costume the greedy mistake for weakness. I folded the ledger and burned it. Evidence belongs to the past once it's done its work. Power is quiet, truth is patient, and I am finished explaining myself to those who mistook my silence for surrender.